Hey everyone, welcome to my podcast. Today we're diving into some amazing topics that I know you'll love. Let's get started.
Just walk out. How did they know what you took? And hey, the answer surprised you. Learn more at Cyber Deep Dive Academy.
Hi, welcome to my channel, Cyber Deep Dive Academy. In this video, I'm going to explain to you the cybersecurity logic behind just walk out. What is just walk out? Have you entered any shop where there's no cashier or there's nobody in the shop, but the only thing that you need to get in is to scan your credit card or your app on your phone or maybe your debit card at the entrance, and the gate or the turnstile will open for you to enter the shop. Now when you get into the shop, you pick anything that you want, whether it is a snack, whether it is a juice, whether it is a drink, whether it is an energy drink or whatever, whether it is anything that you pick inside the fridge or inside the shop. There is nobody, no human being that will monitor you or try to check you out when you are done with your shopping. What is the cybersecurity logic behind this? That is what I'm going to explain to you. Now, the secret is this. When you pick up anything over there, based on your list or based on your conditions that you want to pick up those things, the only thing that you need to do is just walk out. Just walk out. And as soon as you get out of the shop, everything that you have picked from the shelf, from the fridge, or even wherever that you paid that in from, it will be deducted automatically from your credit account or your debit account. Just walk out. Normally, we see all these things normally at the airport. And this is magic. This is logic. It's only cybersecurity that you can understand this. So in this video, I'm going to explain the logic behind it so that you understand what goes on. The cybersecurity knowledge, the cybersecurity logic, and all the thing that goes on. This video will help you to understand. I'm still saying magic. I will show you the wonders. I will let you know the how behind the why. At Cyber Deep Dive, I don't teach the why. I teach the how behind the why for your understanding. After watching this video and you want to sign up and join my class, just chat me or send me a message and I will add you to my class and teach you all the basic things that you need to understand in your cybersecurity path. Let's dive deep into their class and watch this video and see what goes on so that you also build and understand the logic behind the why and then the how. Let's dive deep and see the video that I'm going to show you. Let's dive deep now.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about those checkout free stores. But this isn't just about how you buy groceries. Nope, this is really a deep dive into the core ideas of modern cybersecurity. It feels a little bit like magic, right? You just walk in, you grab whatever you need, and you just leave. A minute or two later, a perfect receipt just pops up on your phone. How on earth do they know what you took versus what you put back on the shelf?
Well, here's the secret. That incredibly smooth experience is built on the very same principles that protect super secure corporate networks and all kinds of sensitive data. The thinking behind it is pretty much identical.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll tackle the main mystery. Then, we'll walk through it just like you would, entering the store, building that invisible cart, and then, the weird part, checking out just by leaving. Finally, we'll tie it all together and look at the cyber logic that makes the whole thing tick. Okay, so the first big idea you have to wrap your head around is that the system isn't really obsessed with the items themselves, like a barcode scanner would be. Instead, its entire focus is on you. It's designed to know who you are, what you touch, and what you ultimately walk out the door with.
All right, let's start at the very beginning, the entrance. And I want you to think of this not just as a gate, but as a digital checkpoint. This is where you first identify yourself to the store's entire system.
The second you scan your card or your app, boom, the system creates a totally unique shopping session that's linked directly to you. Now, here's the key part. You're not paying for anything yet. All you're doing is logging in. You're just telling the network, hey, it's me.
And right there, that's our first big parallel to cybersecurity. Walking into that store isn't like a normal shopping trip. It's actually a lot more like logging into your work computer. You use a password or a security key to prove who you are, and the store is doing the exact same thing with your credit card.
In the world of cybersecurity, this process has a formal name: authentication. It is the absolute first step, and its only job is to confirm who is this person before anything else is allowed to happen.
Okay, so you're authenticated and you're in the store. Now, as you start shopping, the system is building a cart for you, but here's the thing, it's completely invisible. It's just a bunch of data.
This virtual cart is managed by this incredible suite of sensors, all working together. You've got high-tech cameras on the ceiling, using computer vision to track your every move. The shelves themselves have sensors that know the second an item is picked up or put back. Some even have weight sensors to confirm if you grabbed one can or two. It's a whole symphony of data collection.
And this brings us to a really core idea that's borrowed straight from high-security environments, something called a zero-trust model. Basically, the system assumes nothing. It doesn't guess you took an item, it watches and verifies every single action all the time. For the store, this is amazing for preventing theft and managing their inventory. The cybersecurity equivalent of this is something called a SIM system. Just think of it like a digital security guard that's silently watching a computer network, and it's logging every single click, every file you open, everything. Just like the store's sensors, it's a constant, quiet witness to everything that happened. But wait, what about a super crowded aisle? How does it know you picked up the bag of chips and not the person right next to you? Well, this is where correlation logic comes in. The system is smart enough to link your specific identity from that first scan to your body position, to your hand movements, and to the exact spot on the shelf you touched, all in the same millisecond. It's wild.
So, we've logged into the system, and we've filled up our virtual cart. Now we get to the most revolutionary part of this whole thing, the checkout. Or maybe I should say, the complete lack of a checkout.
And here it is. This is the big aha moment. Traditional retail is all about the item. It asks, what's this barcode? But this new model, it's all about identity. It asks, what did this specific person do from the moment they entered to the moment they left? It completely flips the logic on its head.
So, the simple act of walking through those exit gates, that's the trigger. That's the signal that tells the system, okay, this shopping session is done. The system then finalizes your virtual cart, adds everything up, and only then does it actually charge the card you used to get in. You know, this whole process perfectly lines up with a classic cybersecurity model we call AAA. The first A is authentication, and we already covered that. It happened the second you scanned your card to prove who you are.
The second A stands for authorization. Once you were inside, you were authorized. You were given permission to walk around the store and to take items off the shelves.
And that final A is for accounting. As you leave, the system logs every single item, bills you for it, and gives you a receipt. That's the final record. So you have authentication, authorization, and accounting, the AAA framework. So let's just zoom out for a second and bring it all together. What are the powerful cybersecurity ideas that we've just seen playing out in a place as ordinary as a grocery store? Just think about these concepts for a second. Your identity was literally bound to your shopping trip. Your every move was under continuous monitoring. All those actions were correlated in real time. The final bill was handled by automated accounting, and the whole thing was based on a zero-trust assumption where every single action had to be verified. And that's really the big takeaway here. What you just experienced isn't just a clever way to shop. It is a real-world, massive deployment of the same kind of high-level security thinking used to protect the most critical digital systems on the planet. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. Now that you can see this security framework in a supermarket, where else is it operating in your life? What other daily things that you do are being reshaped by these very same principles of identity, authorization, and accounting? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.